Last time on Star Trek New Horizons. Suliban are putting up a bit of a fight here, actually.
It's fine.
The Suliban has finally bent the knee.
Yeah, I can now build the Nebula and Galaxy class vessels in the year 2250, which is a bit early. Yep, all good my end. I've just got another sector from one of my minor civilizations that I've just kind of made into a uplifted and made into a Federation member sector. And now, the conclusion.
What's up, guys? It's Cornish Ratbeard here, bringing you another episode of our multiplayer playthrough. As always, I'm here with the awesome Jamie Plays.
Hello, how are you doing today?
All good, my friend. So in the last episode, I made the Suliban completely extinct, basically. And we're in a really annoying situation with the Kinshasa. So my plans for this episode is to basically get ourselves out of this war. So we're looking at just doing the status quo, getting ourselves out of that, sorting our economy out, sorting the infrastructure out. All these planets need serious amounts of love. And getting ourselves in a decent position, setting up a decent front here, ready to take on the Husnok. That is my plans for today. So while I get on and do and prepare all of those things, how about you tell us what you're up to, Jamie?
Well, what I'm going to do is the next time the Federation mechanic fires, the Binar domains are going to become a sector. So I'm just waiting for that. After that, I'm going to go and integrate the Zinti Patriarchy kind of directly. And they're the ones that are stopping me from expanding. So they're the ones who are, for example, saying no to everyone who's coming in. So once I do them, I actually should be able to get the Romulans in if I've kind of calculated correctly. They'll be interested, I'll be stronger, and so kind of our... I'm just looking now and it says, will not join a federation with the Zinti Patriarchy. That's the only reason they're not in so far. So I'll get the Romulans in. I'll also integrate them as well, and the Deltan Union. I'm not sure the order yet. And then kind of long-term strategy is join the other coalitions that are around, integrate those, and just kind of become the Alpha Quadrant. Just the entirety of the Alpha Quadrant.
Good plan.
Yeah.
So
also
you could have...
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
You could have the spineless Romulans in the Federation before the mighty Klingons. That's strange, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be fun. And also, something else short-term that I need to do is, take care of the dog's breakfast that I made of the fleets at the end of the last episode. So, if you saw that, I was accidentally removing Constitution class vessels, and I should have been removing Constellation class vessels. And I mostly kind of cleared that up, but now we need to kind of unpause the game, see how things come together, and I need to build some more fleets. And great news, I have enough to actually build a Galaxy class right now. So we got the Galaxy at the end of the last episode, and we can even build one directly. So that's what I'm going to do very short term in this episode.
Nice. Do you want me to hit play now?
Yep, that'd be perfect.
You ready for that? Okay, well, let's start. There we go. It's playing. Off we go.
Great. So first thing I'm going to do, I think, is actually let's build that Galaxy class. That will be for 6th Fleet. I also need to do some upgrades to my fleet, because I think there was either an upgrade or research finished or something like that. I also can meet the Zakdorn, so I'm going to do that as well, because that will be a great boost to my influence. And new research, let's go for the, Starbase, Starbase Reinforcement, Grand Fleet and the Weak Shall Perish Edict, and then I'll go for the Word of Allah afterwards. And I have a new civic point as well, so we need to figure out how we're going to reform the government. We need 250 influence to do that, and I only have 157, so I'm not going to do that at the moment. The Romulans declared the Klingons their rival. Did you see that?
Uh-oh. Yeah, I can see that now, yeah. Not good.
Very much not good. Oh, and you've just declared peace.
Yes, I've got that done now because, like I said, it was a nightmare. I couldn't land any troops onto their, what do they call it? The like their space station called Haven. It's like their planet, but my bomb squad completely destroyed it. It annihilated it, and no troops wanted to go near it. I don't know if it was like completely radiated or what. I don't know, but it was bad.
Well, I think the next war is going to be interesting because the Husnok have just made a protectorate out of the Holy Order of Kinshaya. So if you attack either one, the other one will also be drawn into a war. Although I think, looking at you, you're equivalent to me, so you could quite easily take on both of them at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, oh, absolutely. They're just a one system wonder now.
Exactly.
That's all they are.
Yeah. So, let's look. I'm upgrading my fleet at the moment. I'm building a Galaxy class, which will take about 800 more days. Alloys. Oh, I could buy some alloys. Let's do that, and I can probably build another Galaxy class vessel. Or maybe not quite. No, not quite. Okay, well, I'll leave that for now. Let's move... Yeah, this retired fleet. Let's go to Gamma Pavonis as well. So I'm hoping to get the Romulans in. They're friendly. At the same time, though, I don't think they like you very much, and you're associated with my coalition.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, we'll see how that goes, I think.
Yeah, that is going to be interesting, actually.
Yes, definitely. So I'm also having a bit of an economy problem at the moment. And the problem is that I'm losing energy. Losing 28 energy per month. So that's something we should definitely have a look at. Oh, for example, we're not doing anything energy related on this planet. Or... oh, we are on this planet. I think part of the problem is I just need pops to fill in the jobs.
Yeah. Ooh,
which often is the issue.
I'm doing pretty bad on my economy right now, but that's because I'm trying to sort out my star bases, and I've got 18 out of 17 here, and the hard choice of which one do I get rid of?
That's always difficult.
It really is.
I always have that issue when I'm playing as the Federation and you integrate someone, and then suddenly it's like, oh look, you integrated them and gained all of their star bases as well, and now your economy is just absolutely terrible because of it.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh crap. So then you have to make those decisions. Ooh, met the Zakdorn. That's interesting.
There we go. I've sorted it out. For now.
Oh, and there's a Teth alien? What are they? Ooh, review Binar Domain's ascension process and welcome them into the Federation of Planets.
Ooh,
welcome them,
nice.
And let's welcome them to Earth as well. Perfect.
That is perfect.
And why? Okay, take a job. There we go. Oh, and I'm suddenly now positive for energy credits. How that happened, I have no idea. But I am. So that's good.
Good.
So you go explore, and then come back and assist research at Binus. So, new research as well. Let's go for the planetary power grid. That always sounds good. So how is your balancing coming along? Any luck?
Yeah, it's all good now. It sorted itself out. I've got a timed project now, which I need to go and track on the map a minute. Or go to, that's probably quicker. And get a signed ship off to them. So we're up and running now. I've got my fleets are all being repaired and reinforced. They're looking strong. I've got it's saying a 54k here, but it was a 60 odd k a minute ago. Oh, there we go. 61.5k. I've got a 40k and a 27, but they're all being reinforced. So I'm going to have about 360 odd k ones. So that's going to be quite nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that's good. Star bases, like I said, they're the ones that I've kept are being upgraded. I've got loads of buildings which are being upgraded, and some of the capital cities as well. What else is going on my side? Probably.
That reminds me, I need to do some starbase upgrades.
Yeah, do those definitely. I think I do need to do a few more starbase upgrades, but I'm lacking in plates. Desperately lacking in plates for those. So I've picked up some of those star bases. You know, which are the habitats. You know, those ones that I was saying about.
Oh, yes.
I've picked up a couple of those as worlds now. So that's interesting.
Oh, guess who's just made all of their ships?
Already?
Oh, the Miranda class. Yeah. Miranda class needs to be retired.
Oh.
At least I didn't even have time to build the Akula or the Curry class ones.
That's the thing, isn't it? The Federation, they've got so many ships.
They do. Too many, really.
Yeah. But we would moan if we didn't have them, right?
Very true.
So it's better to have too many than not enough.
Exactly, and it does free up space for adding in something else, like, Oh, actually, can I add a nebula? No, but I can add a Niagara. And... nothing here, I guess.
Oh, my edict's all expiring.
Oh, good luck. Constitution? Yeah, I can do that. Although I think those will be the next ones to go.
Receiving communications.
Okay, so let's reinforce this fleet, and that would be our first nebula vessel as well. Ooh, brizine nitrate production. I'm going to do this simply because my production is currently at 0, and I'd like to have more food. Oh, and we've met the Shepelite guilds. It's great, finally. Oh, yeah. Establish embassy. Oh, and I can give them association status. That will be very nice.
Absolutely.
I mean, get as many people into the coalition as possible.
Yeah, that's what you want. As well as us, I want to be in there.
Well, you are associated, which is good. That's a start.
Oh, yeah. It's a start.
Traditions. Ooh, let's go for the home territory fire rate increased by 25%. Always nice. Oh, look, and everything can upgrade again.
Traditions, Jamie. I got traditions.
Ooh, what tradition are you going for?
That's a tough one. Diplomacy I'm on at the moment because I'm trying my hardest to get friendly with you guys. Children of Tama has come up again. This is not a priority. Our trade value is increased by 5% is one that I could do on diplomacy, which can then lead to reduces the diplomatic penalty of border friction. That could be good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that would be good.
Yeah, that's what I might go down. Just that route until we get into a coalition.
Mm-hmm.
It won't mean that we won't be having wars, because it doesn't matter how friendly I am with somebody. I have the ability to declare war on them as and when I want, so it's absolutely fine. I've also got lots and lots of planets here which I can colonize. I've got so many of them, but I think I might go ahead and do it.
I'd say go for it. I think.
Yeah.
So I have that civic lying around. Well, I now have enough influence to actually use it, and I'm wondering what I should go for. If I should go for, I'm thinking Free Haven, simply because like the pop growth from immigration and immigration pull. I mean, as the Federation, we'd definitely be into that. But I mean, there are a lot of good things there. I mean, we could go for things like the parliamentary system, which is plus 25 influence gain, which would be extremely helpful as the Federation.
Yep.
There's also things like a meritocracy. which or technocracy, where students also give an extra unity and 10% research points. And meritocracy. Actually, that one's not so interesting. Environmentalist. It's difficult. I think let me go for parliamentary system because of the influence gain. And that's literally the only reason. Oh, and the Tholians are requesting association status. Yes, please.
Yeah, I mean, you're having a good game.
I am.
the
Yeah, this
Federation.
is great.
That's what it's all about. Hardest
Definitely.
difficulty, remember, guys. You know, this is good. It's going well.
Yeah, I feel like I've been born with a silver spoon in my mouth in this playthrough so far. Although, the Borg are right at the door, so that's
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could turn around quite
that
quickly.
will definitely. I mean, if anybody's been watching my playthroughs, that is definitely going to change everything. Ooh, the Word of Allah. Let's do that. Improves the opinions of other races significantly. Let's definitely do that. And I might then be able to get some more protectorates. I have to admit, that's a little bit of kind of a rush of power to the head when everyone's like throwing themselves at me going, yes, please protect me. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm very happy to. Oh look, you're now part of the Federation.
And they're thinking, how did that happen?
It's like, what?
We didn't sign up for that.
No, exactly. I think I'm going to go for the administrative capacity, or the administrative district productivity increase for research.
I need so much food, if I'm honest with you right now. Because I've got so many planets.
I'm finally back on the positive on the food front, which is very nice.
Yeah, the Folians, I see.
And I'm on positive on everything.
Yeah, that is good, but my food, because I'm taking on more and more, aren't I? So when I have a war, I've just found I've now got like 8 more planets, and yeah, it's mad. So they all need to eat.
Really? Yeah, that's always the issue.
I mean, if I was a Cardassian, I wouldn't worry about them eating.
Wouldn't need to.
Yeah.
Well, if they die from labor and serving the Cardassian Union and its interest, then go for it. Don't feed the people.
We just get more.
You. Exactly. Oh, I'm going to. So ironically, I'm going to recruit an age 26 Leonard McCoy.
Ooh.
I just wish I could put him on a Galaxy class starship. That'd just make it perfect.
Oh, we got an outbreak.
Situation log
Oh, do you?
updated.
We got an outbreak.
That's not good.
Augmented
have a
realities as well. You know, the genetically engineered DNA. I've got.
Oh,
that.
yes.
I've got that to do as well. Right, let's just do this outbreak a minute first, and then we'll look at that. We'll look at the augmented ones. I think that's down there. So we need a science ship for that. Where is that one? It's over here. So let's do that. Right, now let's have a look at the augmented realities. Track on map. Is it around me? Oh, it's at Qo'noS anyway. So what do we need for that?
Ooh. Argus array.
Oh, we just reset. Shit, do we? Yeah. Oh, we can do that. Don't need a science ship or anything.
Oh, nice. That makes it much easier.
Absolutely.
Go like that. Build some mining networks. Ooh. The cellular clutches want association status. Yeah, that's great. I think the Soul of Alar has really helped with that kind of stuff.
Right.
Which was an event that I was going through in the previous episode of our multiplayer playthrough.
So on the augmented front, they are now telling me that the DNA has mutated, and basically
Yes.
we need to nip this now in the bud, or Qo'noS will be destroyed.
Oh, good luck.
Yes.
Although, isn't that what happened in the in the show as well, and that's why they got Archer and Phlox involved.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it did happen in the show. But I've got a special project which is taking me to you as well. A few things
Oh,
kicking
that
off.
might be part of it.
Let's go for the photon torpedo 8.
So are you sending a fleet my way then?
Destroy the infected colony. 3 military ships. Hang on. Track on map. There's loads of stuff going on right now. So yeah, that's there. I need to do that second. So research the project there. I've got a big fleet that will take care of that. That's no problem. And then back over to my situation log. Go to diplomatic conference. With a science ship go to. Again, is that back in Seoul? Expect it will be. Yes,
Ooh, this is beautiful.
So let's send a science ship your way. This will help our relations as well.
Guess who has a Defiant?
Oh,
Guess who is currently adding in Defiance?
How are you already there? That's crazy.
Just had the right research. It's great.
Yeah. They're so strong. I mean, in real life. Well, not real life, but in, you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
They are crazy strong, honestly. We all know that.
They're beautiful.
They are.
I mean, yeah, not the best looking ship, but it is beautiful.
The
in its
Qo'noS
own
colony
special
has
way.
been destroyed, and the risk of the augments virus has been contained.
Oh, that's good. Oh,
Yeah.
I've just commissioned the Enterprise NCC 1701D. Perfect.
Is that Picard's one?
Yep,
Isn't it?
the Galaxy class. Beautiful. I want to see what else I can build, if there's anything I can do at the moment. In terms of, like, special ships.
Oh, yeah, have a
Available
look, yeah.
starship designs. It doesn't look like it at the moment. I could rebuild Discovery, but yeah, no. Not going to do that. She's so out of date.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's a beautiful ship. I'm just zooming in on the model at the moment, and it's like, mwah, chef's kiss.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. Have to put that in a fleet.
Well, I've got
Or,
an
you know what, just build a fleet
83K.
around it.
I'd love one of those in my 83K fleet right now.
Oh, nice. Let's do 2 more galaxies just to help it out. Nebula class and several Defiance. And yeah, one of you. Oh, you don't fit. Don't need a scout, I think, in a fleet like that, so I'm not going to add those.
No.
Oh look, and everything can upgrade again. Oh, the Federation. They're too good at research.
An alien empire has established
Aren't they just?
communications.
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like I've surveyed the galaxy. All of my ships that were out surveying are just like, oh, can't go anywhere anymore.
Oh, that happened to me ages ago, for some reason.
Well, I think probably for you it's because your borders are closed to everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd be right about that.
Now I have to figure out where I'm putting these ships. Where I'm assisting research, to be specific.
Whoa, big economy hit. More edicts have finished.
Oh, I can now build the Argus array as well. Although I think... Oh, I can build it.
Yeah, we'll
where are
definitely
you?
build that.
I'm going to build that in Seoul, I think. Galactic Forum, I already have one. Oh, actually, where do I... Is there a... Must be built around an available star or black hole inside your empire. Okay, well, I need to find one of those then. Oh yeah, here we go.
Let's get these trade routes sorted out here. Do you right
Bring
click
you
on it?
back. I did, yeah.
No.
Oh, sorry, you mean for the trade routes? Yes, you do. So you go into the starbase, and under the starbase tab it says trade routes,
Yeah.
and then you right click on one of your own starbases.
Left click on this one.
Oh, is it left click? Oh, it could be left click.
Yeah.
You might be right. Sorry about that. So let's go for more buildings, I think. And we'll need
Literally, all my
empties.
star bases are not connected to the It's piracy or something kicking off somewhere, which has stopped it all because they wasn't like this a minute ago.
Oh, that's odd.
Yeah.
I didn't realize pirates could do that.
Oh, something's going on because there's no lines to my starbase, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
None whatsoever.
Yeah, that is odd. I wonder if...
use it. I mean, it might sort itself out in a minute. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Well, fingers crossed. Although I don't think it usually does. I think usually you have to do it yourself. Yeah. So I'm just building more buildings at the moment. Alloy production really is what I need to increase. I'm at 35. Problem is I can build so many ships, and they take alloys as like maintenance.
No, it is right click.
Yeah,
You are
build
right.
all the ships. Okay. I build all those ships, and then suddenly, like, I have no alloys left, either physically, as in like stockpiled, or incoming.
Oh, really?
And, oh look, I can build another ship.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Right clicking. I mean, it is right
Miranda.
click, but it's not working. We do not have trade routes to any of my star bases. Any of them.
That's odd. Sounds like a bug, actually.
Yeah, something's going on there.
Ooh. Someone has decided to retire. It is time for blank to consider their career options and potential retirement.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, blank. It's been amazing. Let's go for the teaching role, I think. Oh, active service, ship upkeep minus 15%. Okay, let's do that.
Yeah, actually, something really bad's happened here, Jamie. I've lost my home world.
So you lost Qo'noS to that plague or whatever it was.
No, because the plague.
Oh yeah, you have nothing.
That's what's happened.
Oh, but you can colonize it again.
Yeah, I can colonize it again.
I mean, I mean that really sucks that you lost your homeworld.
But what did I lose it to? We beat back the augmented realities. We destroyed the infected colony.
Good question.
It said all good.
No.
What? I've never seen that before. So yeah, I'm having to... But the starbase... No wonder everything's gone really bad.
But to say, no wonder nothing's connected, because of course... Well, yeah, that's odd.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like it.
It's got an ascension perk through research. That's always nice.
Oh yeah, that is
Go
a good
for
one.
the intergalactic campus. And here... Ooh. Oh no, sorry, it's not the actual tradition. It's just the ascension perk. Interstellar Dominion. Claim cost, influence cost. No, I'm not going to do that. Grasp the Void plus 5 starbases. Let's do that one. And, oh, really? The Nebula class has already been made obsolete. So let me cancel any Nebulas, those two, for example. And new research. Oh, look, we can even go for the sovereign class, and we can make the
Wow. That's a
make the
powerful ship.
galaxies. I think that makes the galaxies obsolete, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, it's the Enterprise, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So I can get rid of the nebulas, and no nebulas there. But there are 2 nebulas here. And let's add in... You know what? Let's make some just galaxy wings. Galaxy
Yeah, throw a few of them in.
Defiant wings. I think that sounds good. Galaxy Defiant,
does.
yep. That one. Yeah, perfect.
So we need to figure out... We have to go back into the video, I think. I'm going to have to go back and have a look to see what actually happened there. Because I've missed it, because it was all good in the hood, as far as I was concerned.
Oh my god, I
And
still
I've lost my
have Katrina...
capital.
I still have Katrina Cornwell as an admiral at the moment. She's only age 56.
Yeah, and you've got
It's amazing.
the
And I'm-
Sovereign.
Shortly. I mean, it's going to take about a year. And we'll get the Luna class as well. Damn.
So we should be ready for the Borg, really, when you think about
Just
it.
about. I mean, I guess it depends on what they have. It wouldn't surprise me if they have cubes already, or even tactical cubes. I'm nervous about
Yeah,
the
they're
Borg.
pretty big. I'm looking at them again now, actually, on my screen, and yeah, they're looking huge.
Oh, Romulans were given association status by the Galactic Alliance? No, you don't.
A strong empire begins with a firm foundation.
No. Come on, Zinti. You need to be, yeah, taken in faster. Not, I was about to say assimilated. That's not what I mean. Integrated. That's the word I'm looking for.
Well, it's literally like my capital has been assimilated. If I'm honest, it's just gone. Well, I mean, what, billions of people?
Yeah.
That
Well, I
must
think
have been
each-
some kind of a bug.
No, I don't think so. I mean, it sounded like you lost them to the plague.
The plague wasn't. Which one do you mean? The augments, or just the actual plague?
No,
that was...
no. You said that your the genetic material or whatever went kind of out of control.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, I must have lost it to that then. But I thought it was all good. I said no. I said shut it down. We are going to lose Qo'noS, and so we did that, and then we took a fleet in, destroyed the fleet, but it must not have worked. I wish I never even looked at that that event.
Would you prefer to have Michael Burnham commanding the Enterprise D, or would you prefer to have Kirk commanding the Enterprise D?
Hang on. Yeah, well, Kirk, definitely. But I think I've just
Okay.
found it, actually, Jamie. Destroy infected colony. Right, okay, so it looks like that I took my ships to go and destroy my own capital. Not a fleet.
Oops.
That's what I've done. Honestly, the human augment virus has proven beyond our control, and the colony it was being tested on must be cleansed as a result. So I clicked that one, and I've sent my whole fleet to just bombard it, and I've destroyed my whole entire capital. So now we're recolonizing.
Oops.
Hey, that's a bit of
That's,
spice, though, isn't it?
Definitely.
Adds a bit of spice.
Yeah, but still.
That is hilarious.
The reason you have to read absolutely everything.
I got to restart my capital. How funny is that?
Well, at least it's not like the Borg where you then have to terraform the planet before you can colonize it again.
Yeah, no, that's no
But
problem.
still, that's really bad luck.
Yeah, it's just a minor setback.
Ooh, rebels attack. Oh, okay, that's nothing. I can
Station under
reviews
attack.
into Patriot. So I did high intensity negotiations the first time, and they're at 27%. So I'm going to do it again, and that should be what 54%. Oh, so it's actually going to take me about 8 years in total, or 4 times for that pop up to actually get them in.
Okay.
That's annoying.
I might administer some war levies just to help me out. Because we will be going to war soon anyway.
Might as well in that case.
And you can help
Get
out
some
with
more
some
alloys.
research. Over
Build
there.
some more ships if I can.
Talaxians, they want an embassy.
Vessels upgraded.
Why not?
Who was that?
The Talaxians?
Flaxian? Or Talaxian? Oh, okay.
Talaxian, yeah. Right, is there anything a construction ship can do, or what? Let's have a look.
Now, speaking of... Oh, mine's still doing the Argus substructure. The Argus array substructure.
And I have spotted that there are some pretty decent systems here which has got really good trade value. I've got one with 33 and one
Ooh.
with 29.
Yeah. I have some bad news for you.
For me, more bad news.
Yeah.
G mining platform disrupted.
This Romulan Star Empire has just guaranteed the independence of the Husnok. So, if you
Oh,
attack the Husnok, the Romulans come in as well.
okay, well, we could go for the rest of Gorn, or maybe
I was about to say,
Sonar.
that might be good at the moment. If you can wait until I get the Romulans into... Because they're literally
Yeah.
just... The Zinti need to stop existing, and then they're very happy to join the coalition. So if you can just wait until I get the Zinti in, that will be it. That will be that.
Yeah,
And then you can go after the Husnok without any kind of problems.
that sounds like a plan. Let's get rid of those bird of
Ooh, I can
praise.
upgrade my star bases again.
Bird of praise 3, they're no good as well. Okay, well, let's go back
Oh.
to one of those.
I have new shield research, which means, of course, everything can upgrade again.
Do
Colonization
that.
in progress.
And another one of those. Let's get these new bird of praise. I've got some more ships being researched as well, so
Mm-hmm.
that's going to be good. Let's get 10 more bird of praise. The new ones, yeah. Do it, guys. Do it.
Oh, research. Oh, and STEM subsidies. Let's do that as well.
Right, so it's colonizing my old capital. So,
Mhm.
what is the new capital right now? Does it have a little symbol next to it? What is the new capital?
Should do. If you look at your map, it's the yellow one. Like the one with the yellow bits around it. So it looks like... Oh. Actually, I don't know what your capital is. And did
Yeah, it
you
doesn't
realize
look-
that your system Kuvat is currently under attack?
Where's that to? I'm not at war with anyone. Who's attacking me?
Unidentified ships. I don't know. I can't see anything.
Oh yeah,
I
there we
don't know
go.
if
I
that's...
see it.
Oh, excellent. Oh, hold on. I need to pause. Oh, I wish you could see this at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 different ship types have been made redundant, made obsolete. Olympic class, Constitution class, New Orleans, Cheyenne, Constitution, New Orleans. Oh, maybe not. It's just repeating them. Niagara, Springfield, Challenger. Okay, but I can now build the Enterprise E. So I'm going to unpause. So the question is, do we stick with the Enterprise D for a while, or do we upgrade to the E already?
Oh no, just go for it. Yeah, just keep going for it.
Well,
Keep
before we
upgrading.
do that, I have another Ascension perk. I think I'm going to go for the damage versus the Borg Collective. I think that's going to be very important at the moment. And now I need to
Definitely.
go through and remove those ships. So Excelsior is still fine, but Constitution is out. So let's go through and say... Excelsior's fine, your Constitution. Your constitutions. That's 3 constitutions, and you don't have any. So let's have all of you merge. Oh, galactic sponsorship. Let's go for the engineering sponsorship. And new research. Let's go for edict duration plus 10% in length. And commence operation.
We're sorting ourselves out slowly but surely. We're about to get Qo'noS again. Well, not about to. It's researching. I mean, it's colonizing now.
Yeah, that is kind of weird that it's only 85% habitable. It just, you would have thought from their own homeworlds they would be more. Yeah.
Yeah. You would think, wouldn't you, it'd be 100%, but no, not to be.
You'd think so. So I'm going to add in some sovereign classes and lunar classes into my fleets, I think. But I need to remove other stuff.
They must be reaching up to 100k now, right?
Well, no, simply because I barely have any of them built because everything keeps going out of date so quickly. But yes, I think they should be up there.
That's good.
Let's add in.
So there's one thing
class? No.
that I did want to ask you actually, a little bit, well, on topic, off topic, but so Picard season 2. Do you like the character Q?
I loved Q. I mean, I loved Q in basically every episode that he appeared in. I saw something funny the other day that it was like looking at Q throughout the throughout the different series, and in Picard in TNG he was just like a menace, and then in like Deep Space Nine he gets punched once and never goes back.
Correct.
So I just
Is this what Picard should have done?
Definitely. So I found that really funny, and then like Voyager is where he actually becomes like more human and like shows off his kind of humanity. I think it would be very interesting for him to make a comeback in the next season. So spoiler alert for those who haven't seen the trailer yet, he is coming back in that next season, and I think it will be very interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with it exactly.
Me too. Yeah. He's going to be much the same, isn't he? And obviously they've made him older because he likes to see himself as not an equal to Picard, but he likes to come as the image. He wants to be just like him, doesn't he? So if you go back to the TNG days, he wears his captain's uniform, doesn't he? And the exact same thing as what Picard's wearing. So I think he wants to... Obviously, he can come back as anything he wants. He could be a goat or anything. He could be a 2-year-old or whatever he wants, but he wants to sort of be that age to be more comfortable around Picard, I think, anyway. And that's going to get round the whole CGI thing, so they don't have to make Q young or whatever, do they?
Definitely. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think it's going to be... Well, I wish we knew a little bit more about the storyline of what's actually going to happen, although, of course, that might ruin kind of the enjoyment and the excitement behind it. So... Yeah, I'm interested to see where they're going to take it.
Oh, me too.
What about you? Are you looking forward to it?
Season 2, yeah. I know there's a lot of people that don't like it much and all the rest of it, and I am one as well. I don't like the whole swearing with it and that, but I think they're trying to modernize it and keep it real with what today's viewers want. But actually, there's more of the old school than there is of the new viewers, I guess, and the old school want old school Trek, and I'd go with that as well. And I think that Captain Pike's show might be that direction, the old school style, with the different episodes. Not really much of a story arc, but there is one. But you know, each episode you're going to get like out of 24 episodes, you're going to get possibly 6 or 7, which is a continuation of the story arc. The rest of them are kind of
on the
spot stories. Job done.
Well, yeah, it would be interesting to see how they do that one. Because to be honest, I don't necessarily mind having a story arc as long as it's kind of believable. If you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, spoiler alert coming for anyone who hasn't seen Discovery, but I wasn't necessarily a fan of the explanation of what was happening in that story arc of the most recent series. Like when they jump to the future and there's no dilithium anywhere, and the reason is because of what the reason was, and it was just like, okay, scientific. Like, I know that Trek always hasn't been like amazing scientifically, and like
No.
sometimes it will say something and you're like, "Ooh, that's a bit suspect," but like it still kind of made sense, and that explanation didn't make sense. And so I wasn't the biggest fan of that, but I thought the season itself was fine.
Yeah. No,
If that makes
I
sense.
agree. Yeah, it was a bit crazy. But I think what they wanted to do with that again is they wanted to be able to bring us new stories. So because there's so much lore that has already happened with before the future, before they went to the future, they couldn't really interfere with it that much. So hey, whatever better way than just zoom off into the future and make your own stories and go on from there. So it's kind of cool concept in a way, but it was just a bit. Yeah, with the whole dilithium thing. And the Federation was a bit sucky, wasn't it? The new Federation.
I mean, yeah, it kind of made sense because of the situation they were in and all that they had to do, living up to an ideal that had kind of died by that point. But yeah, I did find it kind of sad. Yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed it overall, but like if you were to ask me to rank it, it would be below the older ones.
Yeah, me too.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, do you want to do that? You want to give us your rankings while we're here? Why not?
Oh god. I think I'm going to have to go with a little bit of an unpopular opinion and say probably the one that I
Wait, go with the least first.
That's what I'm doing. I think
cool.
the original series is my least favorite. And I think that's because I'm 27. I was born long after they were finished. And for me that's not Trek. That's not upholding a standard. That's not there were a lot of things that were kind of questionable that they did in those in several of the episodes and things. Oh, Niagara, Springfield, and Challenger frigate have just been marked for retirement. Woohoo! Hold on, give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds to do all of this again. Farming, can't do that one at the moment. Fleet focus, and I cannot do the energy credits at the moment either. Okay. And let's go for the new research of the hull. And let's do the Midas array.
I tell you what, I'll give you mine as well, and I actually agree. It's the original series for me. I have watched quite a few of them, not all of them. It's where I did start actually a long time ago. When I started rewatching them all, that was where I started, and I did give up a little bit on that one, I must admit. I mean, yeah, the same reasons really. It's a little bit dated for me. It's where it all began, I get that, but if that was where I was in the timeline, then it would have been brilliant. I'm sure it would. It was amazing. It was probably ahead of its time. But for me now, I started with Enterprise. Then after that, I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna ditch that one for now, and went on to Enterprise. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the least favorite. Bottom of the ranking is the original series as well.
Yeah, and I think for me it's just I guess the first one. So I was born in 93, so TNG had just about finished by that point. So the first one that I remember kind of watching weekly was kind of Voyager. And my parents, I think they watched the first season of Deep Space Nine, but didn't really kind of get into it. And so stopped. And I actually went back kind of when I was older, like, I don't know, maybe a decade ago or so, to have a look at that. And I like it, but again, that is more kind of serial arc. I mean, that's kind of when they went for like, oh, why don't we go for arcs? And I think it worked very well there. on the whole. I mean, there were definitely some that didn't work so well, or some episodes that didn't work so well, but I think on the whole, it did. So I'm not really against the whole arc thing, but I am against it if it's not believable. So as I said, for Discovery, it was mostly believable up until that kind of last episode where they explained why it was happening, and it's just like, well, scientifically, our current knowledge of science, that wouldn't happen. I mean, genetics does not change like that. Growing up in an environment does not cause that to happen. Why is this happening like that?
Correct. Yeah. Very
Yeah,
unbelievable.
so that was... Yeah, for me, it was unbelievable, and it kind of ruined it a bit. Up until that point, it had been acceptable. I mean, I could go with it, I could even call it Trek, and it was alright. But yeah, that was a bit like, ooh, if I could redo that, like, if I were the showrunner, and that was my explanation for what was happening, I'd feel a little bit ashamed that I didn't come up with, a more plausible and more interesting way to explain that.
Absolutely. So, are we heading towards Discovery here, being the next one from the bottom?
I think so. I think it would have to be.
What did you
for
think
me.
about the Klingons in Discovery?
I don't. Difficult.
First
I
reactions.
didn't know. Oh, they look weird.
Yeah.
Is that a Klingon? Is that really a Klingon?
That's what I was thinking.
I mean, because we have, and I think the problem with Discovery there is it was set so close to the original series, and in the original series they basically look like humans. And Enterprise went back and explained that really well with the virus that you just lost Qo'noS to. But in Enterprise they did save Qo'noS, so I'm like, that kind of explained it, and I think they did very well with that episode to explain it like that. At the same time, though, then for Discovery to come back and go like, oh no, we're even going to do like massive forehead ridges that are even more pronounced than in TNG and Deep Space Nine and Voyager.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna kind of like re-retcon all of that, and it's just like, well, why was the original series then with these really flat heads, and without any of the forehead ridges? And yet Discovery has tons of ridges, there's a lot more variety, there's a lot more shape, which, I mean, yes, it is it's 20 years after kind of they were slightly more than 20 years after they were kind of reintroduced in TNG. Like, it makes sense that prosthetics and makeup and all of that has become better over the years.
Yeah.
At the same time, though, yeah, it was odd. Oh, I am well over my naval capacity. I'm going to get rid of one of my retired fleets.
Oh, United Federation of
good.
Planets, we've just taken an opinion hit here by 50.
Oh, for what?
Oh, well, I don't know. I think it's because we had a mission, and I thought I sent a science ship over to do that.
Oh, nothing's ever come up.
No.
So I guess maybe it didn't. And I just got a hit as well.
That's never
Let's
good.
go for the...
Okay, Qo'noS has just been colonized. So where is it?
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
So what would you say that... Do you have a favourite? Do you have a favourite show?
Well, we're building up to that.
Okay, so we have the original series at the bottom, Discovery above that. What would be kind of the next one for you?
Right. Well, for me, the next one, if we're going to count it above the original series for me, would have been the animated one.
Oh, you know what?
What's
That's
it called?
one that I have not seen all the way through. I've seen selected episodes, but I've never seen it all the way through.
Yeah, so I would go for that. Right, hang on a sec. Another set of course for Earth. So let's just get that going a minute.
Mm-hmm.
We need to do that because I don't want another 50 on the minus here. So I've got a few things. Soleil want an embassy. I've got more retired ships. Science ship. Let's get one on the go. And I guess it's going to be... Yeah, it is. It's always so, isn't it? Look, done. Right,
Is
so
it?
that's set in the course.
Nice.
Yeah. What's the newest animated series called?
Oh, that one. That is Lower Decks, which actually I have only seen the first 2/3 of the first season. I need to catch up. I was really busy when it was coming out, and then I never really made it back. The comedy aspect, the type of comedy, I should say, was not necessarily what I generally enjoy. It was not what I would go for generally in it. Like if I'm looking for a comedian to listen to or comedy, it's not really my first port of call, that style of comedy. But I don't think it was that bad. Like it was for me. I could still watch it, but it was it was very much like American US based type of humor, and that's not my type of humor.
See, that there for me is second up from the bottom, if I'm honest. Because I'm going to count it in the list, because why not? It's new.
Definitely.
And then,
I mean, it's considered canon.
Yes, that's all right. So it's going in the list there. So then after that, then it was Discovery for me.
Okay.
Then,
so Discovery was higher than Lower Decks for you.
Yeah. So I take it for you then. Just the Lower Decks might be before. Or
Well,
after
I haven't
Discovery?
seen the entire thing, so I shouldn't really comment.
Yeah.
So I think
okay.
I've
I've seen it all.
at the moment the original series, then Lower Decks, and then Discovery above that. But I wouldn't necessarily put them all very far from each other. I think they're all kind of down at the same place.
Yeah. So moving on then a bit quicker then. So I would say next one up for me was well, the four I'm going to say here is not in order, but out of Picard, Voyager, Deep Space Nine, and Next Generation. Okay, so they're the ones that we're going to be looking at now. So it would.
What about Enterprise?
It'd be Picard. Oh, Enterprise. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that one. So Picard is next for me. So what's next for you? On the bottom of the list, what?
I
do love it. We're talking about loving them now, but you I know it's hard, but you've got to put
It's so difficult.
one somewhere.
I think maybe Picard might be next, just because like I've always seen Star Trek as kind of a happy-go-lucky, with the exception of Deep Space Nine, but it was still happy-go-lucky, kind of everyone's working as a team once they got over their individual stuff. Whereas Picard was very much kind of dystopian, and I know that it was supposed to reflect the political stuff at the time, so like Trump being in power and causing discord, and Bolsonaro, and the Front National in France, and the AfD in Germany, like with all of these kind of nationalists and right-wing politicians like coming up. So like I could kind of see like they were trying to make political commentary about that and societal commentary at the same time. But that's not... And I mean, I know the original Star Trek did that as well, but like I think the real world just became too dark, and in Star Trek that was too dark as well, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So you're there as well with Picard.
Well, I think for me, when I watch something like fictional, or when I enjoy something fictional, I'm looking to escape from the real world. So I don't necessarily want it to mirror something. Like if I'm reading a book and it sounds like it's set kind of right now, I wouldn't enjoy it nearly as much as if it was like 1,000 years in the future and the same storyline. Simply because I usually like escape into enjoying fictional things rather than like, oh look, this is the real world, and oh look, this is exactly like the real world as well. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and of course, yeah, that makes exact sense. And that's not why you're watching the program, is it? So, like you just said, yeah, that's perfect sense. So next one.
Oh, this is going to be difficult. I think...
It does get harder.
I don't know. So probably Enterprise would be the next one. I think of Voyager, Deep Space Nine, TNG, and Enterprise is the lower one for me. Not that I dislike it. I mean, I think they did very, very well with Enterprise, but I just don't think it was as polished. And I think that was because of like how it was done, and not necessarily like they knew it was going to be renewed at the end of the season, and then it would be renewed, but they had already kind of filmed most of it and had planned for it kind of ending. So I think it it was a lot of kind of stop and start a bit, and I think because of that, it feels a little bit unpolished to me.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I would be saying as well. So yeah, I'm going to go with Enterprise as well next for me, and then the next three is really difficult.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say this is the hard one, but I'm going to, for me, third spot goes to, now we're turning it around basically, third spot is going to be the Next Generation for me. Why
is that?
Again, it's a little bit more, it's not dated, but it is a little bit more with the others, and it was starting off, wasn't it, in its adventure, and I just feel that by the time it got to Voyager and Deep Space Nine, more things that, you know, the CGI was better, and I feel that they got it
Yes.
right from using the first half anyway of the Next Generation as kind of a tester. And did you know that it got really bad reviews? Well, not necessarily reviews, but it wasn't accepted by the old guard, shall we say, of Star Trek.
Well, that doesn't surprise me either, simply because, like, if I had to base my opinion off of the first season, like, I think that first season was, like, quite terrible. I mean, it was weird. I think it was a little bit fantastical as well. Like, the thing that I had a bone with in the original series is that it often seemed magical in a show about technology, or that it was like science fiction, and it was a little bit like, nowadays this doesn't hold up to science fiction. And I mean, even then, like, if you were to look at like the golden age of science fiction writers, things like Isaac Asimov or Andre Norton or things, like, they explained it with technology or with something that was there. And I think the original series was like, oh look, this magic happened and this is thing, and we're going to try to explain it with science, but we can't. And I think that the first season of TNG was kind of like that as well. Like, Q comes up and there's a barrier that no one can I mean, like, they see there's a barrier there, but they can't really scan it or do anything with it. And it wasn't until later on that they could to it as well, in the science fiction aspect. So yeah, if it was just based on the first season, I think of all of them, that would then be the lowest. But
Yeah.
I think in later seasons, it did become a lot better. I think the budget increased. I think like the filming technology increased, and it became a lot more interesting and a lot more kind of the modern Trek that we know. But as you rightly said, Voyager and Deep Space Nine were already at that level from the beginning.
Yeah,
So
and not a lot of people
I
do
think they were
agree
more
with that.
polished.
Yeah, they were a little bit, but the second half is a tough one, because the next one for me was going to be Voyager, but it's really tough to pick that third spot for me now. So the top three. So the third spot it's tough to pick out of those two, but I'm going to stick with that, and I'm going to say Next Generation. And then obviously second spot has got Voyager for me, and the winner was Deep Space Nine for me. So could you give us your final three from third place then, Jamie, and then we'll talk about why.
Well, I think I'd agree with you with TNG being kind of third. Simply, there were also some questionable episodes, like, I mean, and as there were with Voyager and Deep Space Nine as well. But for example, like I think it was the second episode of that first season. I mean, that first season had some really weird and kind of episodes that just didn't work. And I think they go to a planet that's supposed to be like Africa, and it was just racist. I know that the actors in like interviews have also said, like, that was probably the worst Star Trek episode that was ever created, and that was like their second or third one. So I'd do that. I mean, Voyager had a weird episode where they broke the warp 10 barrier, and all of that weird stuff was happening, and then Paris and Janeway have a child as those creatures that we eventually evolve into. That was weird.
That was, I remember that. Funny.
So yeah, it's difficult. I like the arc that Deep Space Nine had. I like that they did something completely different and looked at this like, let's do a starbase, and let's do a very not like, I don't know, Starbase 1 around Earth, or like a Federation starbase, but a Federation controlled or administrated Bajoran starbase. I think that was a very interesting take on what to do, and I think it worked well in the end. I liked the arcs having things like, oh, this happens, and then this affects next week's episode as well. Although Voyager did have that as well. So Voyager was, I don't know, I think it's so difficult. I think I might say Voyager above Deep Space Nine very slightly, because Voyager had the Borg, and I've always been in love with the Borg.
Okay. Yeah. That's
And
not
I think
bad.
we learned so much more about the Borg because of Voyager. Whereas Deep Space
So
Nine,
what-
of course, they didn't have the
No,
Borg.
they didn't have at all. No. Well, I don't think there was any episode. It was only in the movie, wasn't it, where you see Worf fighting
Yeah,
the Borg in the
Exactly.
Deep Space, in what's it?
in
the
First
Defiant?
Contact. Yes,
First
exactly.
Contact. Yeah.
Ooh.
That's the one.
Orion Trade Union wants to join the coalition.
Oh, don't talk to me about the Orion Trade Union. Ugh,
Why?
They're nightmares. Well, my Ferengi playthrough, because they're my arch enemies at establishing megacorps, like
Oh,
corporate
yes.
buildings.
Yeah.
They are so good at it, and they just go mental.
Well, the Deltans have said no at the moment, so we're waiting for the Zinti to see what they say. And in the meantime...
Yeah.
Oh, it failed. Oh, that's a shame. But in the meantime, I have a tradition. Let's go for the preservation, I think. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I only have harmony and preservation left. And neither of them will help me too much. As in, like, more of one than the other, so I will just go for whatever comes up.
Oh, okay. So I've made a sector. No, I don't want to do that. My capital sector. So what I think I need to do, I need to move this. This will cost 250. Moving your capital to this planet costs. So I think I need a capital. So I
Oh,
need
do you
to
not
make
have
my...
one at the moment?
No, I don't think so, and that's why none of my star bases are doing any of the trade routes,
Oh.
because it's got no capital to go to. If you know what I mean, it all went messed up, didn't it? So I need to make a capital, and I don't know which one to do that as. I mean, I probably could make Qo'noS it again, but I mean, it's got no planets, no buildings or anything on it, really. I delete the sector. Any resource? I don't want to delete the sector. No, that's fine. But it won't let me make it as a capital.
Ooh.
So I need a new planet. Which one should I do? I want a pretty decent one, right?
Yeah, probably. It's usually a good idea.
Develop colony. This one could be moving my capital to there. Well, I don't think I've got a capital anyway. How do I find out what my capital is? Do you know, Jamie?
I've never had that issue before,
Um,
so I'm not really sure, to be honest.
no. Right. Okay. Well, we're going to have to look at that one in the next episode, because I think that's about it for an episode, isn't it?
Yes, I think so.
Couldn't you say?
So I think we're a bit over.
Yeah, well, I've managed to sort
Yeah.
out all of my planets and lose my capital in the process of that. And let's have a look at my fleets before we sign off here. Let's have a look. Let's go on down. Oh, look at them. They're looking good. So we're up around the 90k for each fleet.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's all looking good. So they're going to be ready to take on, well, multiple enemies, I think, in the next episode. We're looking at taking on the Gorn and the Sonar. Did you
Ooh.
say you've got anything going on with the Orion Trade Network? Union?
They wanted to join. You know what? I'm going to try inviting them to Coalition again, which will happen in the next episode. But they wanted to join, and I wanted to give them status. I don't know.
Okay.
We'll have to see. If not, what I'll do is I'll integrate the Zinti, and then I should have enough pops to take over them completely. As in, like, the relative pop thing will drop, and that's
Yeah.
kind of what's causing most of their reluctance at the moment.
So,
Yeah.
if no luck with the Orions, I'll take them on
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah,
get
it
them
sounds
gone.
like a good idea.
Yes.
Or actually,
okay.
I could do that as well. Actually, I could. Actually, I might do that. You go for the Gorn, and I'll go for the Orions. And that way,
you
if the Sinal
you
try
can't claim their
anything,
systems, though, can you?
no. But what I can do is force their ideology, and then forcefully bring them into the coalition, or then they'll fall head over feet to come into the coalition.
Oh, okay.
And actually,
Go
I
for
might
that,
do
then.
that for the Temerian Unity as well, simply because they're isolationist and don't want anything
Yeah.
else. Well, yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
do
see next.
that.
We'll see next episode.
Absolutely. So also what I want to say is if you enjoyed our chat about our top, I don't know, what was it, 5 or 6 top 6 Star Trek series, then we will
More
put
than that, I think.
how
Yeah.
many was there? How many is there? What did we use? We did the
So
original.
TOS, Discovery, TNG, Voyager, Deep Space Nine, Enterprise, Lower Decks, Picard. So 8.
8. So it was our favorite 8 ordered. We will put that in the description. So Jamie plays top 8 and Qo'noS Ratbeard's top 8. And if you guys want to comment and put your top 8 down there as well, just for fun, then let us know. It's interesting to see what people's views are on all of these different series. Because there's so many different opinions on them. So yeah, that'd be interesting. So we're going to call it a day now. Do you think, Jamie?
Yeah, I think so. Also, if you ever want to join in with our conversations or anything like that, there is also a Discord server that you can join. The link for that will also be in the description below.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, all right. So if you enjoyed that one, guys, please give it a big thumbs up. And remember to subscribe to both of our channels if you haven't already and you want to see continuous updates of New Horizons. So I'm going to sign off now. That's all from me. Take care and bye-bye for now.
Yeah, bye for now.
Make it so.